go in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Champ Ladder 3 playoff round of 2. We have Ducke with his Wraith Razors against Holba with his Renegades. Joining me is the infamous Blood Bowl Badman, Lupac22.
Yo, what's up, Flashbinder? I mean, I say what's up as if we haven't just been chatting to each other for the last 4 hours, but...
We have been.
For the purposes of the YouTube videos, we've only just met.
Absolutely, we're up to the final match for this round. The winner of this plays Woohoo Boy.
Yeah, and after a very surprising, the second surprising result almost.
Absolutely.
Woohoo Boy.
And look, it'll be a really tough match for the two-time defending champion Ducke. Two strength skinks, not very resilient to a 2 dice from a strip or war dancer. He's going to be really careful with his guard placement. He's only got 1 tackle to deal with 10 blodge. Did pick up Hemlock over the wizard, so maybe looking to get a stab off, or alternately a blodge step.
Yeah, I think Hemlock's not too bad. Stabbing armor 7, we saw it work quite well for Inarian with his assassin, the YOLO ball stab yesterday.
It is still an AV7, and you still need to really be careful with it. Those tackle dancers will hit it the first chance they get.
Oh, God, yeah, and we have touched on this a lot before, Fash. They cannot be appoed, those star players.
Absolutely, and Holba with no inducements by the looks of things. We do have a graphical bug on my screen showing Ducke with a 0 bribe count, which is a bit odd. Nevertheless, let's switch to the attacking team. We'll look from Holba's perspective.
Yeah.
And you look 4 strength skink off the field. Tell you what, sorry, for Agi 4 skink off the field. That makes sense if you're looking for the 1 turn. It does have sidestep, so it's not too tough. But if you had a wizard and an Agi 4 skink with 2+ dodges everywhere.
I think Holba's about to get mansed here. I
think so too.
It's not too bad with all this blodge, they can quite easily disengage, but obviously he went all mans knowing that only the tree really represents any strength. 0 guard on Holba's team, and interesting, he's picked multiple block over grab on his tree.
We actually did see it used in the previous match against the undead, making 2-die blocks on rotters, zombies even. Has its own unique sound effect, the multiple block.
Oh, does it?
But it is an odd choice that you don't often see. And in my round 1 analysis, I got called out and said who picks multi-block on a tree over things like guard or grab. But he has used it. Hasn't been to a great success. I guess it's an extra mighty blow hit per turn if you do manage to get the 2 2-die blocks.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, and I mean, imagine against 2 Norse linemen, it's a nice option, isn't it?
Yeah,
Double mighty blowing those armor 7s. And actually, not bad. Like, say just theory crafting, he wedged the tree next to a couple of skinks, and Ducke happened to turn over next turn before those skinks had ran for it. I mean, that's a very juicy multiple block, isn't it? Not a 75%er, 55%ers, because he's got block.
So there is an exposed skink from Ducke. Just
yeah, and the thing is with the tree is, you know, that's pretty much the end of those Saurus unless Ducke's willing to commit a load to blocking it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I still would have rather seen guard or grab. Either was fine with me.
A guard here would be amazing.
Yeah, it would allow the War Dancer a 2-die. And the fact that he doesn't have any other guard would sell it for me.
Yeah, Dancer out banging a skink for sure.
Unsurprising to see a Dancer mighty blowing a skink. So Ducke's only inducement was Hemlock, was it? Nothing else? Or did he get Babe?
That's all he reported, was just the Hemlock.
Okay, and did his opponent cheese a Babe?
He did not mention anything to that effect.
Because he did choose to stay at 11 men, which is always always risky as a Wood Elf team, but as we do talk about a lot, and we have said over and over, he does have mostly blodgers on his team. Other than the tree, there is only one guy that isn't a blodger. And that is the lineman who's downfield anyway.
Not a bad spot for him, to be honest.
No wrestle picked up, though. I don't mind seeing wrestle on elf lineman, because I think it can be a very good tool for bringing opponents down on those 1-in-9s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wood elves don't win by causing damage; they win by creating space. And wrestling to someone to the floor, then standing up and moving 4 squares away from them is a good way to create it.
I don't recall a death in Holba's last match, but missing a thrower. And so we've seen radically different builds from various Wood Elf coaches over the last couple of seasons. Notoriously Inarin with 2.
Wow, going for the 1 dice and re-rolling it. Oof.
I guess it stops the... well, it doesn't stop, but would have given
the
a 3 die from the crux.
The catcher dodges round to give a 2 dice here. Are we going to see the Inarian playbook come out here?
Maybe. I'd feel really confident. Look, I wouldn't have rerolled that. I think every reroll he's got this half will be, if he scores early, 3 rerolls to reroll the leaps into cages to take that ball. And he just wins the game.
I would have disengaged those 2 and then done the 1 dice and not rerolled it. Catcher onto a skink. He should still be wary of the 3 dice mighty blow on the catcher. 42% success rate.
Yeah, I played a game against Holba a couple of days ago, just in the Champ Ladder 4. And he's super rowdy. Doesn't care with no real GFIs or no real passing plays. He'll take that risk.
The Blodge Sigor moving forward.
Absolutely.
Tackle man's powering a blodger. Armor 7 doing Armor 7 thing. See, I never have trouble breaking Wood Elf Armor 7.
There's something about Norse, isn't there?
Yeah, but you go against Norse and it's completely different. A 1 dice available on the tree. I don't think... Would you commit an extra guy to the tree? Because then you're only freeing up 1 guy anyway. But at least you end up with the same amount of guys on the tree as you started with if you commit an extra guy. Possibly even worse if you don't knock him down. So that tree is a massive annoyance right now for Ducke, especially with block means the end of turn 1 dice isn't even as good.
And you really want that tackle off the tree. Maybe...
Wow, skink. Making that 2 dice power, pretty good for him.
Yeah,
Does he take the mighty blow hit on the dancer? I think he has to, doesn't he? He has to go for that 30%er. No, he is committing more to the tree. He must be hemlock stabbing then.
No, I thought you were talking about the tree.
No, he's not gonna stab the tree.
Get out of here, Lou.
Something, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's gonna stab the catcher.
Got him.
Good lad. Does he actually pull out a knife when he does that?
Oh, I'll have to take a better look next time.
Does Hemlock have a knife? Hang on.
Weeping Blades confirmed. I'm rewinding time.
Oh, what? Oh no, it's on his back. He's got a sword on his back. There better be an animation for that. We'll check it out next time.
I'm doing it now. I've gone back in time. Into the past. Yeah, he does have some sort of... Yeah, he does have a sword for sure.
I want to see him like go ninja on some guys. Tree not opting to stand firm. Pretty big knockdown as well, because unlike Shawnee's tree, this one will have to roll a 4+ just to stand up. The DT gonna mark the other score threat? No.
He doesn't
care if he scores.
He doesn't stab him with a knife, no. He makes a stabbing motion with his hand, but I don't think there's a knife in his hand.
What, he doesn't pull the blade out?
Doesn't pull the blade out.
That is literally unplayable, Fash.
I'm gonna stop streaming Blood Bowl.
I'm done.
Yep.
I'm out.
8 hours of Crusaders every day, 5 days a week. Variety on Wednesday, maybe some Blood Bowl then.
Look at Ducke's setup. He's protecting the 3 remaining skinks quite well.
You'd want
The
to.
Mighty Blow can just about hit the DT at the back though, if he's willing to base Saurus to do so, and get stabbed by Hemlocks.
Gotta be pleased the tree stood. He's really, really wanting that tackle tied up on that
Yeah.
tree.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. If he's planning on an 8-turn drive, it's important. If he's not, if he's planning on scoring in the next couple of turns, it's not that big a deal, is it?
No, not at all. I wouldn't mind it having the third reroll though. Just truly, leap into cage on for a 2-die, needing a push. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, it's not like he's even rocking the Agi 5, is it? Looks like we're going to see a red carpet sort of play here. Is it a pass? Rowdy. This is
rowdy.
getting rowdy already, mate.
No, I called it. He did this very frequently.
This is, yeah, pretty wild. Down to 1 reroll on turn 2.
Makes the defense a bit more difficult. I don't like it, Lou. I don't like it at
Oh,
all.
what a handoff as well!
Banged on.
What was he going to do?
Absolutely
Just
deserved.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was he going to do 2 GFIs to score as well?
Apparently.
Blimey. This guy, Fash. You could say he puts the wild in wild card. Oh, that scatter. I mean, you know, if he wanted Ducke to have the ball, he could have saved some time and just threw it to him.
He essentially did that.
If it scatters to the dancer here.
Oh boy.
Absolute maniac. It's going to be pretty tough to recover now.
Yeah, look, I did tell you not, what, 2 turns ago that he's keen on the rowdy stuff.
I mean, there's rowdy and there's just throwing.
It's pretty borderline, isn't it?
Like, the second I use the reroll on that pass, there is no way I'm making that handoff.
Yeah, and certainly not into 2 GFIs.
Like, Ducke only has 1 tackler, so the only way he ever gets the ball off you is a pow or a successful stab.
Or unless you do something really dumb with the ball.
The tackler and the tree are going to be having a very long drive together. Right? So the only other way for him to get the ball is to give it to him. And that appears to be what happened.
Skink 4+, what do you reckon?
Nah. Because if it scatters out, the Wood Elves actually have the better of that, don't they?
Definitely.
There's not enough guys, like, there's no one left. Oh, okay, never mind. There's not enough people left on Ducke's standing if he failed that. What the fuck? We might see multiple block do something here, Fash. If that Saurus goes where I think he's going to go.
Well, what are we seeing? Mile something or other?
What's that?
Did you say we're going to see mile something or other?
Multiple block.
Oh, gotcha.
But he didn't actually base. I thought I would have based 2 with the tree because it's too easy for the dancer to get in here. Like, if the tree gets a push or better, follows up, cancel the assists. Whap in, 2 dice on the skink. That skink loses the ball. On anything but a 1 in 36. I honestly think Ducke was better actually just keeping the ball surrounded and making the Wood Elves roll dice. They've only got 1 reroll.
Yeah, you're quite right. Like if it, because it would force the reroll on the 4+ it perhaps didn't need to make. Already had dive and tackle on the ball. It wasn't getting blitzed.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
He's actually given Holba the opportunity. I actually prefer the both down there as well. Because the sidestep does stuff.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh man, if he caught that, that would be completely ridiculous. So he can get 1 dice to clear here. Or actually, he could just dodge. So he can stand up his catcher. He can dodge his second guy round. Get a 2 dice to clear with the blodge lineman number 5. The War Dancer gets a 2+ pickup and runs away.
I concur.
Nothing worse than a 1 in 36. I mean, on a 1 in 9, the War Dancer still has a 3+ pickup. If he takes the 1 dice, then I'm just done, Fash.
Yeah, me too.
What's he dodging away for?
Might be doing the 3+.
Oh, what? Did he just do an unnecessary dodge?
Dodging the catcher.
Oh,
going
okay,
across
no, he was
tackle
making
man.
room for the other guy, so it's a different play actually, and it's going to give him another guy to use for this. So actually, maybe Holba's play was better.
2 die for a push, single 2+ dodge. About the same, isn't it?
But this is, like you said, the power of these strip ball War Dancers in this matchup is, you know, give the ball over to Ducke. Ducke thinks happy days. You just take it straight back off him. I honestly think it was a misplay from Ducke picking it up. You know,
I think so too.
This guy has already showed you that he's rowdy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So make him do rowdy stuff.
Burn that last reroll on him leaping in for a pickup onto the diving tackle.
Juan Dice Montoya in the first turn there.
Is he a famous Brazilian soccer player?
No, Juan Dice is a famous Brazilian coal coach.
Is that spelled with a J or an H?
J.
Crazy.
Juan Dice.
Wouldn't Quandish be
They
a...
call me Juan Dice Montoya.
You know, Quandish?
You
Wouldn't
killed
that be
my
a
ball
girl that
carrier.
lives
Better
in
die.
New Orleans? Oh man, the rule of 4 set up.
Yeah, I like it.
Is there any advantage to it other than being you're slightly wider with a movement 17 that maybe doesn't need to be that wide? With 3 movement ups? Do you really need to give the extra... Well, I guess he's completely content in either 4 of them being blitzed.
There's going to be a blitz on either the kicker or the tackler, isn't there?
Yeah.
I actually think the tackler is quite important in this matchup.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I would prefer to see rule of 5 with
Absolutely.
the tackler concealed. So actually, yeah, I think it's just an unnecessary play. He's only got 2 tacklers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skinks, 6 skinks in play total. 1 is having a nap. 1 is benched.
Actually, 4 on the
Tell you
field.
what, though,
Though.
this is a good matchup for Ducke to be missing a Saurus. You definitely wouldn't want to go into any sort of bash matchup minus a Saurus.
No, and if he does run into Woohoo, having it back would be quite nice.
Yeah, isn't he armor bust? Was he just MNG'd? I think he took a pretty nasty knock. I think it was armor. That's another point. There is an armor 8 Saurus somewhere. I wouldn't hate seeing the Mighty Blow take a dink at that if there's no skinks available.
Yeah, there's a movement 5 and an AV8 on guard, Jason the Crocs.
But in my mind here, you know, Holba has just walked into a 2-1 grind. He only has 1 reroll for leaping. And you know, it's a different. If you have an Agi 5 dancer, it's different because your leaps are 2 pluses.
Watch the guard positioning from Ducke here. I'm sure it will be on point. Alright.
What? No, he'll be an anti-leap cage. And not only that, it'll be the DT in the middle. So once the War Dancer commits, he's marked by a diving tackler. We're going to see a mighty blow hit on lineman number 9, and he will be leaving the field. So
are you too concerned with the tree base in that front of that cage on pushes?
No, he's going to hit the tree down. He's going to try
what if
and
it's
hit the
pushes
tree down,
though?
I think. What does that do? It opens up one corner. Could give a 1 dice on the ball.
What if
Yeah.
what if multiple block gets 2 pushes?
Never mind.
Ducke informs us that he had fired the perma, so he retired it and bought a new one. And I think that would be the unskilled
what was it?
Saurus that we see.
Strength busted.
We should know this, Lou,
bad
because
one.
there's 6 Saurus on the field.
Hang on, what? Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so used to Ducke having slib.
All being down Saurus.
Yeah. Res for and the new guy's called Res format, please.
Wouldn't be a bad idea,
Alright.
to be honest.
Alright. Doesn't help that we've done 4 matches in 24 hours practically first.
No, it's, I'm certainly feeling the effects. I remember I caught the game this morning, been up since.
Or last night's game, rather.
Well,
Oh, there's a 1 in 9. Ducke re-rolling that. I guess he's a bit worried about the left-hand side of his cage now that he pulled out a formation. You know, his Hemlock is chilling on the opposite side to the mighty blow.
Yeah, not a bad
1, 2,
idea.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so if I'm Holba here, I'm keeping 1 dancer backfield. Oh, tree doesn't stand up.
Got him.
Yeah, keeping 1 dancer backfield for sacking, and the mighty blow guy is going to hunt that left side skink. Just go to town. Might even 3 dice it. Not sure.
I mean, movement 9's hard to keep him safe.
Yeah.
I mean, you do see the appeal in protecting Hemlock, but probably not using the other skink. Maybe just having him parallel.
If Holba was feeling like an absolute madman, you know, he could just stick a blodge lineman on each Saurus and just be like, right, off you go then.
Yeah, see, an Aaron away. Thing is, an Aaron doesn't burn his rerolls on his offense, you know,
Is he?
recklessly.
What? Oh no, he's going for the Dauntless hit onto a Saurus. Fair enough. He wouldn't have broken skink armor, so turned out not to be a big difference maker.
Don't know if you saw, but I did paste a link in your chat that has a picture of the stab with
Yeah, somebody had clipped it,
Stabby
I saw
fella.
that.
Yeah, it turns out there is a sword and I'm just blind.
Oh, good lad. It's quite hard for Ducke to create space against all these blodges, especially with only 1 tackle per turn. It's kind of unfortunate for Ducke that the power and the Kaz came on the one guy who doesn't have block or dodge.
Well, fair enough. Based a skink. And has a screen.
Yeah, I don't really see the need to base that skink, especially not with a strength 2. Because they can blitz that catcher, and should the blitz not knock him down, you can then stab him. If he comes from above, no sidestep on him, and that's the move 9 catcher with sprint. That's the guy you're probably trying to 1 turn with.
Would you
Think
risk
you
a
should
mighty
value-
blow for a 3D, and then if that is a push, get the skink to make a 2D? Or are you really keen on the stab?
I think the stab follow-up's probably more reliable, isn't it? You've got
But the mighty blow
42%
there.
to mighty, 42% to mighty blow him down. Looks like Ducky's looking to create some space on the left side here. I don't think he really should be ploughing down one side too eagerly, because it's 10 wood elves with blodge in your way is quite annoying to deal with. But while the tree's on the floor, it makes sense to get away from him. And to do that, he has to choose left or right, doesn't he?
True. And the downfield scoring position threat might encourage Holba to make the early leap that perhaps he's not prepared for. I mean, Ducke would feel a lot more confident in his offense if Holba was down to 0. Also, no shadowing on good old Hemlock. So I was thinking if he wanted to use the Hemlock assist, look for a power. I guess that's a bit optimistic. Hard to screen off the blodges on the right, so you couldn't realistically base even the 2-strength catcher and expect it not to take a hit. But it wouldn't be the mighty blow. It would not be the mighty blow hit. So maybe worth considering. Poses the question. Maybe diving tackle Hemlock combination.
Yeah, just apply some pressure. But the thing is, Holba has to know that Ducke doesn't want to score before turn 8. So therefore, he doesn't need to make his YOLO play till around turn 6, 7. Because, you know, stripping the ball on turn 7 creates a sense of urgency and a bit of chaos, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So
Whereas,
he just needs to make sure he's not
leaping in,
grounded
using
down.
a reroll, stripping it now, even though it's nice, you're giving Ducke 4 turns to recover the ball again. Interesting note for Crusaders, Sir Bibbo, who seems to be the leading authority right now, says don't go to Leprechaun World on your first reset.
I went to Leprechaun World on my first reset.
So I think a lot of people did.
Why
Notice
would
here
I not?
that the armor 8 is exposed a little bit at the front of the cage. Wouldn't hate to see a little mighty blow dink on him, and then enable he could get 2 dices on the rest of the Saurus as well there. He could get a few blodgers down the flank, and this is what I mean about him being hemmed in a bit. Tree stands up. That's pretty important because that really stops Ducky's rotate, doesn't it? What?
Rowdy!
What? He's just
Rowdy! The absolute grade.
Oh man. You've just got him back on his feet on a 50-50. Now you've just used a lineman for that assist. You don't even need that assist.
Unbelievable, Lou. Unbelievable. 2Ds for days. One of these 3 will be a power for sure. Wow.
Never, never.
1 in 3 will be, you'd think.
Just under 1 in 3, but you have to take each dice roll as an individual.
If a man presented you with 3 doors and told you there was a prize behind one of the doors, and you picked one of the doors, and he showed you a different door and said, this door has no prize, would you like to now, with the remaining door, swap or stay on your initial door? Which would you do?
Hang on. So there's 3 doors.
Yep. You picked one at a 1 in 3.
You only have a 33% of getting right.
Yep. He eliminates one that's wrong.
Yeah. So you have to swap.
Exactly.
Because you're now picking at a 50% accuracy.
Exactly.
So the other door has a higher accuracy rate than the first one, doesn't it?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
There's one dirty dingo.
I think most people who play a lot of Blood Bowl would get that one quite quickly.
Yep, except for Try, who's not very good. And doesn't...
He's not the brightest spark, though, is he?
Doesn't even like Clicker Heroes.
I know.
That's how you can tell there's something wrong with him. Well, there we go. That was a 10-minute conversation that you took down to 10 seconds.
Oh, sorry. You should have told me we were filling.
Gotcha. As for the drive, it'll be much the same. 2-die blocks, anti-leap cage, safely regress down the field, easy as you like.
Yeah, so I don't think the Wood Elves actually did any blocks that turn either. And there was potential to knock down 3 Saurus, which would have been huge in my opinion.
Just greedy
like
on the
bringing
GFI.
down 3 Saurus and basing them as well, like really makes it hard for Ducke to keep a good offensive line and protect everybody.
Definitely, he disrespected the GFIs and the passes on his offense. Rowdy, this has to be a foul then. Well, you'd assume it would be a foul.
He's not standing next to him if he's not, is he? Well, no, who's he
so.
foul with? Is
it's
he worried?
Reds. It's Reds, sure, but would you give him no dice Reds? I mean, it would be a 1 in 36.
Yeah, nah, he's the only way. If it was a wrestle guy or a wrestle tackle, it'd be different. But
it can stand up and cancel the anti-leap cage.
Yeah, he can actually get the 1 dice on the ball.
2, if he leaps into the square that Hemlock's filling.
Oh, that square was never going to be available.
You'd hope not.
When we're talking about a guy who is currently 9 games undefeated in playoff matches.
Well, we could almost call him the 2-time reigning champion.
I don't think that streak's going to be broken for a long while either. 9 games on the trot in the playoffs.
Well, why wouldn't we just say winning twice in the playoffs?
Well, because it's nice to express stats in a different way sometimes.
All right.
Tree stays down. It's
As
almost like he could have just been on his feet last turn. I mean, if you're doing GFIs with trees for no reason, I don't see why you're not leaping in for a 1 dice on the ball.
Do you see some super cheeky, super rowdy 1D pushes to push the Saurus into the cage, into the sidestep skink, to force it out? And by 1s, I mean a single 1 into it, then a red.
Jump up instead of block on the tree would be legit. To be fair, it's one of the few times that you could ignore block, but block is still very good. Tries come back. Tell me the odds of winning overtime kicks with 0 reroll versus 1. But it's +1 to the opponent. I am trying to read both chats, to be fair.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I think he might go for it here. He can leap from standing, just a 3+ to 1 dice the ball. Pretty good chance of getting it down. He's re-rolled it, Fash. He's re-rolled that leap. It's a success. It's a 2+ to get this ball.
Gets it. Spooky Mighty
Now
Blow
it's
times.
time.
I mean, I did like how, well, the Hemlock, you know that the catch is just standing up. And so Hemlock will get a stab for free.
3+ pickup. That's a hell of a bounce. There is a war dancer looking like he would love to just run off right now, isn't there?
No reroll
3+ pickup. No, 3+ pickup, 3+ dodge. He can afford to dodge the other guys out first, I would have said.
Rowdy.
Whoa, it's hot potato time. Hemlock's got it. I would have liked to have seen actually a couple of the linemen dodge out.
Yeah, the 1 in 36s would have been better for sure.
At least cover the ball, because then if you fail the pickup, I mean, I know the scatter went left, but if it went right, you've got a bit of coverage. Opens up with a 1 in 27 from a Blocksaurus. Not the end of the world. But he really did want that guy to roll the POW, didn't he? He needed Tackle Man to pull out a big one there. If this catcher had diving tackle instead of Dauntless. Oh, he's going to push Hemlock away. That's pretty good. No, it's not, because he's just put a tackle dancer onto his ball carrier.
Yeah.
That's it. And what if the Croc's bonehead? I think you just don't use the Crocs there.
I think you'd be better
because you're blocking for a POW.
I'm sure he's got a plan. Ducke doesn't do things at random. He could have even pushed you down.
No, but he's going to blitz. He's going to blitz from above and push Hemlock down another one. But that's still... Hang on. He's got a blodge guy above him. I think he's got himself in a little bit of a spot here, Fash.
If we just trust in the Ducke plan, maybe.
Well, I didn't see the blodge lineman above the skink, though. That's actually... Maybe Ducke didn't see him. From his point of view... I know, he should see him, because he's there. He would see it perfectly.
Yeah, on the not POW, could have pushed the dancer into the guardman. I think he really wanted that sidestep there.
Yeah.
But then he's sort of indicating that he just wants to score then. And given the woodies, too, might be a bit rowdy. Oh. Do you reckon it's a dancer surf? Guardman blocks for a push. The skink then has... the dive and tackle skink has a 2-die on the dancer. 2-die on the dancer for a push. Blitz to surf the dancer.
Okay.
That could have been it. Maybe his plan all along. Oh, gets the pushes.
Okay.
Whoa.
That still leaves Hemlock with a question to answer.
You sure it's sidestep though, and it would be red dice for the catcher.
Yeah.
So Hemlock, arguably safe.
Oh, big surf there from Ducke.
Rewarded.
MNG has to be appoed as well. 50-50.
Oh, this delay indicates.
Yeah.
Did not succeed.
No. Costed him his best answer and possibly the game here.
What do you think about the stab on the catcher then? Or even just the 2D for a push? Nah, the 2 doesn't do anything.
No, just
wow!
Yeah. Your guy's sidestep.
That was an amazing turn. Maneuver to surf that looked a little bit rowdy.
Just ended the game, pretty much, for me.
Wow.
That was the skink
He
hunter.
still has a strip ball dancer. So he can still take the ball. Is he going to win through skink attrition now, for sure? Wow. More often than not. But, you know, a strip ball here into pushes, scatters out, ball lands midfield, and elves run away for a 2-0 this half. Still totally possible.
Oh, yeah, but it's relying on some dodging, some leaping. Oh, basically a load of stuff with no reroll.
3+3+ red die push.
He was banged on. He was wrecked. Oh, man. That's the worst at MNG as well, because you have to Apo it there, and
yep.
It just feels dirty.
I would want a Mighty Blur tackle strip ball dancer against a lizard team every day of the week.
Yeah, the delay always gives up the Apo result, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, where's he diving in from? Yeah, he's going to get 1 dice on the ball if he makes this 3+ leap. He does not.
Only a stun. I'm sure that's a sigh of relief.
Imagine that, the second dancer out. Both dancers injured in one turn. I would call that game against Woodies.
GG.
But it's definitely going to be 1-1 at half time here. Ducke will not leave any real threat to the ball. Two bench subs. Would you foul this dancer?
It's tempting, isn't it?
It is, but you've only got level 2 and above skinks. You're guaranteed to be 2 men up for the entire game. I actually think it's not even worth giving him the chance to start even in the numbers up.
It's the only way you lose, I think, is if the strip ball dancer leaps in. The only way.
Nice cage, 3 guard in there, diving tackle on the other side. Or dancer's asleep anyway. I think he might dodge out and foul him here with the sidestepper. Quite like that. Tree now fully irrelevant. Simply make. Or he might just 2-dice the Roger here. No, he's going to go for it. Dodges away from the tackler. Would have re-rolled it as well because of the turn. Into a stun. Oh, he needed the 11 on the injury, didn't he?
Sorry, a couple of people wanted to know what Hemlock looks like holding the ball.
Well, and stabbing.
Yeah, stabbing while holding the ball.
Maybe he just stabs them with the point of the ball.
Oh, no, I've got the strain cap. Just pasted it.
Did you see the new rules for balls in the White Dwarf?
I did actually. Like, I think it's terrible. One of the dumbest things I've ever read. Don't need to add extra RNG for the purpose of RNG. That's the dumbest shit ever. Protecting the ball and reacting to scatters and planning for the worst. That's Blood Bowl 101. And to add random D6 movement to the ball is just so dumb.
Or you made an interception and your player died.
Ridiculous.
So you might say that you're not a fan.
Not a fan.
See a nice Holba 1 dice here onto the Mighty Blow. No, we're not. And I see a dodge round.
I've got to make it a 2-dice block. Oh man, just as well.
Just as well he did, yeah.
Would have been the 3 or the 2 into 5 for the 7 with Mighty Blow.
Right, so in my mind, Ducke needs to hand off to the brand new Saurus here to start his SPP.
I was thinking about that a couple of turns ago, and I was about to suggest it, but I realised that would be dumb to say.
You're in this match? No way.
No.
3 dice in the move 9 catcher, though. I like that. Shame Hemlock scoring, though, isn't it, really? Always sucks to see a star player run it over the line, unless it's Griff.
Yeah, look, maybe something you can think about next half. He can arguably score at his leisure, maybe try to feed it twice. Still a bit greedy. I think Ducke will just play it safe. Farming is for the 42 games leading up to this. This is all about the result. K wakes up, so it's a 2-man bench for the second half. Yeah, look, I wouldn't have minded the foul in the dancer, to be honest. I'm the guy that will always say, nah, that was a shit foul, even when it wasn't. But in this instance...
No, I think you're right. The only win condition now for the Wood Elves is the strip ball dancer.
Yeah, and to take that away from them...
The foul on him is always correct.
Yeah. If it wasn't strip ball and it wasn't tackle, I wouldn't. If it was just, a sidestep and movement guy, I'd probably leave it.
Well, the dancer doesn't have tackle.
Yeah, but I mean, that it's only because of the strip ball or having tackle would be a situation that I'd do it.
Can't really see Ducke throwing it from here, though. Again, it'll be anti-leap cage all the way. Tackle mans, mighty blow mans, blitz in, nice targets. The tree will be brought down and isolated. Holba's going to have to find a big sack of steaming elf bullshit to pull this one out.
I think so. Are we swapping now to Ducky's perspective for his offense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Res format, please. The brand new Saurus takes a rock to the face and will be leaving the pitch.
Whew.
Pretty unfortunate, but
imagine if it was a death.
Not going to sweat that. First ever
He'd have
game.
to buy another one.
Imagine it was a stat bust and he had to fire the guy called Res format.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, pretty good start for Holba. Bonehead Crocs and an injured Saurus without rolling any dice.
I mean, aside from a blitz, couldn't really ask for more.
Ducke should have played around that rock, though, to be fair. You'd expect better from a two-time champion.
Absolutely. The counterplay to the rock being thrown at one of your players.
Is to not play Blood Bowl.
Yeah. Actually, Renegades did win the fame
Blodger.
roll.
Powed a Blodger.
You know what I like from Ducke is he safe place first. 2 men on the ball, 1 dive and tackle.
Not that safe, though.
Could be safer.
Like,
I think you're rerolling the pickup. I wouldn't even mind the pickup now because you're definitely rerolling it.
Quad skulls there, which isn't ridiculous. Would have meant a 3+3+ for the tackle lineman to blitz off the dive and tackle skink with a 75% success. Then a 3+3+2+ for the movement 9 blodger to be well away from it. And obviously he could then base Ducke's only tackler and just be gone. Actually, 4 mans. This skink is amazing, isn't he?
It's the dream.
We didn't even get to see him in action last half.
I think it was right to keep it on the bench though. So look, dream start for Holba. Tree tying up to 2 Saurus. He could even multi-block 2 dice him. With an assist on each.
Yeah, he would need an assist because they would go to strength 6 each. A death roller could 2 dice them both.
Yeah, so 3 Saurus on the ground and tied up potentially, and then
yeah, I think this would be a good opportunity to
all mans take it.
hit the armor 8 Saurus, get some mans on the ball, and then just keep your dancer at the back to ready for the snipe next turn. Like 3 Saurus tied up by a tree is an absolute disaster for Ducke. Notice now that Holba's up against it, he slowed his turns down as well.
Probably for the best. I think he'd just been playing very rowdy. Doing very odd things. Like this assist, I'm not sure what it's possibly doing. Aside from a chain, maybe.
Oh, multi-block.
Really.
No, multi-block. You just said it.
Yeah, but that's not an assist.
Oh no, he doesn't need to cancel, does he? He actually needs to add an assist. Yeah, you're right. He needs an assist on each one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But then that defeats the object of having 2 guys tied up. So you just block 1 and keep 3 tied up. Because the whole point of the tree right now is to tie up as many Saurus as possible. I think he's just going in, the dancer. He's just like, right, let's just do it. Oh, that guy should have gone in. He could have got 2 dice on the ball if he chained that guy in. I think he clicked too fast there.
It's very odd.
He could have chained that guy in, and then we would have been saying he was a genius, Fash. Because the dancer could have gone right round, leapt to the bottom right of the cage and got 2 dice on the ball.
Absolutely. I assume that's what the catch is there for.
Wow. I think he clicked too quick because that was just very, very fast. And we all know there's a bug that automatically selects the middle square if you click too quick. Well, my Twitch chat is still talking about your door problem, it seems.
Oh, nice. Is it Try that's causing trouble? If it is, my apologies.
He's still going to go for it on the 1 dice, which I don't hate. That will strip the ball. Oh, I would have pushed him back towards your own line.
Sidestepper.
Oh, he doesn't get the choice. Fair enough. Hemlock trying for glory again. What does the dancer do now? He's nowhere as he going through that gap. That's a
Has to stay.
6. Yeah.
Yep.
So I think a blodge lineman gets fed to the Crocs in my mind right now, because the one thing I don't want around the ball is the Crocs.
Absolutely. Even then, it can just break tackle away on a 1 in 36.
Yeah, but at least you're forcing a dice roll though. I like the tackler onto Hemlock, apart from the part where you get stabbed in the face with your only remaining tackler.
And then a 2+2+ to recover the ball.
Do you think he's going to try and grab this here?
Maybe. He's rowdy like that.
This guy should mark it. Yeah, I think he's going in. He's still got the reroll.
It's a 2
my
2
brother,
2
my brother looking
4.
for a Dota game again. Oh, elf bullshit.
Not even that hard, really.
Nah,
Bunch of 2s and a 4+. No.
I'd rather have seen the 2 dice on the ball though. So how do you get this? Your only tackle Saurus is well irrelevant. I mean, it's gotta be the stab play, hasn't it? The tackler
Are you
tries
searching
to
a
clear
stab
this
blitz?
lineman. The Agi4 clears the blodger, and Hemlock stabs. But if Hemlock's fail, if Hemlock's stab doesn't work,
Nah. I can't see him stabbing, because he can't reroll that.
yeah. But other than what else does he do? Anything else would involve 1 in 9 skink dodges first.
Surely is the 1 in 9 better than the stab? You have a 2 die into a...
Yeah, but no, but it's not. You only need to do 1 in 9.
Oh boy.
The Crocs break tackle is not an option because you're
Nah, it's just too
1
risky.
in 6.
1 in 6 into
1
1 in
6,
36.
but it is into a 42%er.
And then the follow-up block as well.
Maybe the Crocs is the play. Because it gives you the follow-up.
And the reroll if you do Bonehead. No, it's a stab.
No, I think the stab, but the stab is obviously all in, isn't it?
I guess the Crocs can break tackle if it fails.
Oh, he's
when
rolled
it
a 7!
fails.
He's rolled a 7, Fash!
Not surprising, really. Rolling a 7 on 2d6.
Did Holba have any babes? Did we notice at half-time?
I don't think he did.
Because his only tackler just left the field, and that's quite important. He's going to put the DT onto the ball, clearly, and the Crocs.
Sneaky stunties.
Nah, there's an easy play here.
Really?
For Holba.
On these sidesteppers?
Yeah, and you just you get 2 assists onto Hemlock, and you blitz yourself off of the tail. Obviously, you're gonna have to make a dodge after. Or no, you blitz for a 55% on the DT actually. Because you can take a both down on him. So movement 9 catcher clears his dive and tackle skink, blodge step skink.
So it'd have to 55% to get the dancer.
Well, no. At worst, you'll then have to make a dancer dodge. He could go in quite an awkward spot though. I mean, because so currently it's a 2, 3, 4. It's a 5+ dodge into a 3+ dodge out. past the Crocs is his current play. If he blitzes his catcher into Hemlock, Hemlock will sidestep directly downwards, and it will be a 4+, 5+ again, actually. No, hang on. That's a 6+, isn't it? 2, 3 for prehensile tail, 4 for the tackle zone, 5, 6 for dive. It's a 6+ dodge currently. That's the clearance he needed. So I think the dancer blitzes the DT, and the catcher just takes the long way round.
Fair enough. Won't even need a GFI.
No. 1, 2. If he because of where actually this, it depends on if he gets the both down. Both down would be better.
Yeah,
because he could
for
sidestep awkwardly if not. But the diving tackle is the thing making it the most awkward for him. Actually, no. What you do is you go to that square because that's the square he wants to sidestep into. That's good. So now it'll be still a 1 in 9 dodge. So I wouldn't mind seeing the War Dancer just probably not mark Hemlock, but at least mark the DT.
Be relevant, and then the kick lineman as well, a little more relevant.
I think he's going to mark a different skink. I don't really think that's very important, considering he doesn't have tackle. Feed another guy to the Crocs. I do like that. Well, I think Holba will just score now and then look to turn him over again, especially if he doesn't use any rerolls. There's no way he's stalling. There's no way he's stalling and getting stabbed again after stealing, is he?
No.
So, Holba making a match of it.
Well, there you go.
One minor misplay in that he misclicked and didn't get a 2 dice on the ball, but other than that, a well-executed steal, a fortunate bounce. He's got 9 men again. He's still got 3 rerolls, so game on.
Wouldn't mind seeing the percentage on the Loner Crocs getting the team reroll versus Stab with no reroll. I have the hunch that the Crocs was better, especially as he had the follow-up block.
Yeah, but obviously the problem with the Croc splits is the failure state of not having him on the ball. But then you just move Hemlock first.
Yeah.
You do the other stuff. You mark with Hemlock at least. But the problem is you just can't. You know, Hemlock's not going to stop the ball carrier. Because in his current position, he could have just dodged backwards. So, yeah I think...
Oh, no, he definitely needed to take the ball.
Also, remember, stabbing can't turn you over. So if he did fail his knockdown, he could then plan against it. Whereas if he 1 in 6 the Crocs, failed the Loner, I imagine he actually would have tried to re-roll.
I would have, yeah.
Like, if he fails that, he doesn't know what's going on next. Weather doesn't change because Magic Dome. Ducke obviously not a fan of sweltering heat as lizards. Wow. If that had been a blitz, holy crap.
They quickly put it through Samba. Just out of curiosity. I'm sure it was going to be higher than the, 58%?
What, the stab?
Yeah, stab's 58, isn't it?
No. Stab is 46.
Gotcha.
Or 42. I think they're both 42. But obviously the Crocs play involved a dodge first.
With the team reroll, the Loner 2+, the dodge with the Loner, and then the 3-die 2 success with the Loner was 70.21 with the team reroll.
Oh.
And that's not including the follow-up block that he would have then had if the Crocs rolled pushes. But yeah, look, I think the stab's just there as a nice thing to have. I don't think it's the thing that you look to rely on to, take the ball off someone.
So Ducke will look to push this game to overtime now because he definitely doesn't want to hand over. And the one turn is still a massive possibility, isn't it?
Yeah, spooky times.
So even if he gets the 2-2, Holba will have a shot at the one turn. That might dictate his percentage of rowdiness for the next drive, though.
His percentage of rowdiness.
He might only go like 80% rowdy for the next bit. Oh, an early take route. That's why it's nice to start with a tree in the centre of the field, though, isn't it?
Yep, a little bit of a roadblock just to be a bit of a nuisance.
If he's
But
not
similarly,
sacking this turn, do you know what I wouldn't hate, Fash? I wouldn't hate him setting up a play to push the tackle Saurus onto the tree. Like get some mans behind the ball, 2 dice Hemlock, all that sort of thing, of course. I mean, what's his other play? Probably blitz that front skink and set up an elf screen. The only downside of moving that tackle guy is it's three guys needed to make the play if you want to make it a 2 dice.
I think if your root of tree's not marking someone, you have to push someone into it if you can.
Yeah, and if you can push the only tackler on their team,
yeah, for sure.
I think it's pretty good. Or if he's feeling pretty rowdy, he could do the 4+ Dauntless with the catcher.
It seems a touch excessive.
Wow. Well, you were watching the same first half as me. I don't think it's ridiculous.
Well, compared to that first half, no.
Hang on. No, he's not. He's not going in. Surely, Fash.
No.
Tell me he's not going straight
No.
in again.
It's a bit weird just to mark with the tackle.
Hemlock staying on his feet.
Do you know Hemlock is not a stunty?
Is he not?
He's not.
Oh, is that because he's technically
No,
a
sorry, he's
slam
stunty.
player?
What's his specialty? There's something different with Hemlock. My bad.
He is stunty. He's a blodge stepper. Stunty though.
There's something that he does differently from the other skinks that I can't recall right
now.
Aside from the stab jump up.
He's got the skink stat line. He's a blodge stepper. That's it.
Is there another?
You're thinking of Questal Leap or Lotter Bottle.
Yeah, that might be it. My bad.
Pretty nice
Blood Bowl, not a good thing.
Pretty nice of Holba though to give Hemlock his one turner to stab. I mean,
maybe it's a 3 dice to fix it.
No, it's not. He's already blitzed.
Alright, it's definitely not a 3 dice to fix it. It was nice of him to give his Hemlock the one turner to stab.
That's what I said.
Oh boy.
Tacklemans. The tree actually protecting the wards on the tree. Quite relevant though with this wood elf setup, isn't he?
Absolutely. Got him.
There you go. That could have just been an injury, couldn't it? If he was unlucky, he was 1 off a KO there.
Look, I don't think that's a coincidence. Ducke is aware that the one turn could end him.
Yeah. But it's more full Holba, isn't it, for having that situation? I think I would have blitzed Hemlock, if I'm honest, with my tackler. 3 dice. Bang. It's really, with only one tackler, it is really difficult for Ducke to make much progress upfield. But with the Agi 4 stunting, he doesn't actually need to go that far.
No, not at all. I think if he wanted to, just look to rotate around the other side from the tree. What do you think about the Crocs being used a little more aggressively? Like it definitely wants guard in the cage.
Yeah, force some 1 in 9s. long as you've got guard on each corner, that's pretty much achieving the best you can do. Because he has to get his tackler to work, doesn't he? I think he's going to go after the other catcher here, it looks like. Or... do you worry about that battlefield lineman, or do you just dodge away? Double skulls for Ducke. Going to consume a reroll there. Considering this game is at best for Ducke going to overtime. Do you have to reroll that? Do you have to reroll that? That skin goes down. You've still got 2 Saurus in the way. Your cage isn't safe from the leap anyway. If he wants to one dice the ball, he can. It makes no difference. I wouldn't have minded seeing at least 15 seconds to think about that. And did he just not blitz?
I think he could fill up all the squares.
Hang on, did he just miss his tackle blitz there? I
think so.
I don't know. I don't. Oh. I wouldn't have thought Ducke would have got tilted from the steal on the ball, but that was a bit of, there was a snap reroll on that double skulls without even consideration.
No, it's just I almost got there. Had to reroll it. Where Hemlock is now on the ground, he filled that hole, fills the hole right of the number 11 skink. The block on Hemlock then pushes the catcher adjacent the ball. Sorry, the kick lineman adjacent the ball. Mm-hmm. And then 2 dice the ball. To avoid that, I guess.
Because the guard guy's there.
Alright, 1 dice the ball.
Dice. On a blodger.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so he could 1 dice this Saurus. Do you know what? Even a push, no, because he needs to get in that. Yeah, a push could give him 2 dice on the ball. A skull will not. Another skull will definitely not.
Can't believe he rolled it.
Wow. Got chin.
Mighty Blow Man, a single SVP away from the level. Sure, we'd love to pick up tackle.
Pretty good turn for Ducke, and the last tackler on the Wood Elf team is standing in a pretty shitty spot. Jump up stab, no tomato.
Didn't get a tomato either. See what I did there? That's polite to laugh.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, oh.
I chuckled.
Ha ha. Are you surfing that lineman?
Yeah, he's the only tackle on their team.
Very good.
If I can save the ball as well. He won't be able to surf on a push here, though, because that's going to get in his own way. Unless he's an absolute madman.
Ooh, what if he starts to be an absolute madman with some sort of stunty through tackle?
Nah. Because you can't even make it a decent block. At best, it's a 1 dice, isn't it? We just saw what happens when you throw 1 dice, Fash.
All 1 die blocks are skulls.
I mean, Holba running out of guys, but he's 2-1 ahead, so...
he's getting pretty.
This game is quite tense, because he only needs to nick the ball and be gone. Like, 1 turn of elf nonsense. And
even just have it on the ground.
Yeah. Well, I think Agimans is pretty good.
On turn 9, I would have said, 9 times out of 10, Ducke in the bag. But now, turn 13, 50-50 still. If it does go to overtime and Holba receives and does a Wood Elf passing play on a couple of 2+, all over.
Yeah. If he does the 1-turner.
Yeah, even worse.
I mean, like, move 9, sprint lad, needs to go 1 square. So he needs 1 push and then 1 successful
not
block.
a 1 in 9 for sure. I mean, sure, Ducke can probably make it hard with the sidesteppers himself. What do you think? 3 sidesteppers on the LOS for Ducke. And then the...
Yeah,
Crocs and a
but then
Saurus line behind him.
Maybe Holba just mighty block. No, because Holba just mighty block trees 2 of them and then surrounds him and forces the push. It's not too hard to surround a sidestepper when you need to go 1 square.
What about then the Crocs and 2 sidesteppers?
That's probably better. How's the blodger again?
Oh, that's the other thing. Fisher Fat just pointed out that he doesn't think we'll see a 1-turn. And now that I think about it, in my game against Holba, we didn't see a 1-turn. And I don't think we saw one...
Not even attempted?
I don't think so. Let me do a quick gander at the VOD here. We could have some...
I'd be very disappointed to see a move 9 catcher not trying it.
It must have been one of the matches I missed. His first one. Or I didn't record it.
I think Holber's got to go for the ball there. He's got to start creating chaos. Or, if he is planning for the 1-turn, maybe you just disengage. Based on his first half performance, I'm thinking the former. And Ducke actually has left a non-guarded side of the cage. Interesting. He's going to need to do a pretty crazy dodge to get there, though. Or is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, GFI 11. 2 plus 2 plus dodge, 2 GFIs. Or 1, 2, or do the 50-50. That's going to be right. Oh no, he can go to there. He can leap. He's going to get 2 dice on the ball. Ducke could lose the ball again here, and this could be... Wow, he's failed the GFI. He's made the second one, and he is going to strip the ball from the Agi 4. This could be a moment for Ducke here. If things work out badly, oof, that's pretty good scatter.
Pretty good scatter, yeah.
Into 5 tackle zones. I would have liked to have seen the follow-up there. I think at this point, you're not protecting the players. You want to reduce all of their catch chances. I think follow-up is the correct play here. Because a sidestep blodge dancer is going to cause them problems.
Yeah, I can see the temptation in not giving the dancer to the Mighty Blow Crocs, so...
Tackle, taking down dodge vans.
Couldn't avoid one guy with tackle. Unbelievable. Wonder where he was going.
Yeah. Ducke, opening with a POW, always pleasant.
You know, look at Turner pushes and 1 in 9 blocks, and, well, rephrase just non-POWs on blodgers. Had his guard Sauruses tied up.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have minded Ducke being just closer to the offensive Saurus line as part of his cage, because there's no way those linemen are pushing through the 3 Saurus. So I think, you know, it's a lot more likely that the dancer does something like that, as opposed to 2 linemen red dice those Saurus down. No stun. If that bounces to the blodger.
Oh boy.
Whew. Ho-ho. Exciting times, Fash. But again, if Holba does this every turn, Ducke still has to get it over the line. And it's pretty hard to stop this move 9 guy catching up. I think he's going to gang foul this dancer with the rookie skink. But he can't risk staying next to it. So he can make a forward cage, provided he gets a push or better on the kicker, and his Crocs doesn't bonehead. not things that you want to rely on in these games.
Yeah, I think he saved a downfield cage.
Crocs doesn't bonehead, so that's good. Oh, he doesn't actually need the push because he's got Hemlock free as well, yeah. Quite the game for our reigning champ here, though.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he's... Has he had overtime in any matches?
I don't know. But
I don't
once
recall.
again, he can't prevent the 2 dice on the ball here. He absolutely has to break armor with this foul. He also needs to not 1 in 9 first with his clearance. Gets a pal, pretty handy. Oh, wow. That's a skink hit for you. Down 4 now for the Woodies. I like that positioning. Forcing a worse dodge here. No stun, but no send-off.
I guess
DT
you
in a
can tell with
great
us.
spot, though. So it's a 5+ dodge into a 2+ dodge. Into a leap, into a 2 dice sack. Yeah. Pretty wild. He needs to make it happen now, though, because he's rapidly running out of men.
Yeah, look, it's sort of down to the coin flip now, maybe, on who receives. Assuming
I still
Ducke
think
gets
the
his
one
touchdown.
turner's pretty pretty good if he plays it. Although he probably doesn't have enough men to surround the ball anymore. Looks like he's going for it. So it will be a 5+ dodge here. Or he just leaps.
Into a 4
Maybe he
and
just...
then a...
No, because if he can't, because of the tail makes it a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes the dodge first time. Wow, that is huge. Gets away from the DT. He's a leap away from a 2 dice on the ball again. The only thing I don't like is he's used all his other players.
Is he just content with ball on the ground, really?
Yeah, I suppose so. I think he has to follow up this turn. He can't be worried about this dancer at this stage of the game.
I mean, realistically, he needs
He
to
has to
scatter
put that
into his
pressure.
hands. If it doesn't scatter into his
Oh!
hands...
Now imagine he'd kept that catcher free instead of moving him
Absolutely.
up there.
I mean, that's the sort of thing we saw from Anara, and he'd leave guys on the ground to react to the scatter, to pick it
Yeah.
up and run away.
And the move 9 guy didn't need to provide the assist that he provided.
Maybe...
Move 9 guy could have... Move 9 guy could have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 downfield. Hemlock stab fails. First attempt.
Maybe he wasn't going to re-roll it, and that would rationalize having the catchers making safe moves first.
3 dice, 2 skulls and a push. He's got to be careful here. Because he could end up with 2. Could end up with 2 tackle zones on the ball now.
Oh boy. Do you think it's a croc splits? Would he just risk the edgy pickup?
No, because 1 in 9 times you're dropping the ball in front of Wood Elves. I think you
Yeah.
have to clear this guy. And he's a blodge stepper. And the tackler now is completely isolated. The tree's suddenly relevant again. Look at the line. There's only a few Wood Elves left, but look at the 3 Wood Elves on the right. Like a perfect cutoff for these other 3 Saurus. So even if Ducke recovers, he's going to really struggle to protect next turn. And then he's on his turn 16, so all the Elves have to do is just pressure him. I don't mind him using everybody else, like planning for failure, but I honestly don't think there was any harm in just leaving one guy ready to react if it fell kindly. Because that is the game winner right there.
Oh boy.
So Crocs are opting for the safe play. He might just go for the 3+ here, but he could 1 in 36 his dodge. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. He's going to pal the move 9. This could be huge. He's gone down a few times, this catcher, and he's He's proved quite tough. He's obviously been at the Norse school of armor smithing.
Scariest 3+ of your life. Scariest 2+ 3+ of your life.
I mean, if you're Ducke, do you just run it in from here?
Nah, I can't give him 2. Can't give him 2.
But is 2 turns worse than him just sacking your ball again on a 3+ next turn?
With... To burn the reroll so he doesn't have the 1 turn? I think so.
If he burns it.
He's got the cage properly protected by guard this time. So the 1 and 6. Easy.
What about this then, Fash? War Dancer pushes Hemlock, and the Blodge Tackler comes in for 2 dice.
I think the Mighty Blow will assist the Skink for a 2D, and the Guard will tag the Dancer.
Aha.
Or even just tags the Dancer.
Yeah. DT coming in for extra annoyance.
Yeah, and look at the point that was brought up in chat about the non-Holba 1 turn. I think that was something that I did point out and was perplexed by.
1 dice.
Or 1 die blocks of skulls.
Punished.
And I guess it was to not be 2-died next turn. But I guess he would have been sidestepped on anyway.
If I'm Holba here, I'm 1 dice in for the strip. And then reacting if it's successful, but not re-rolling.
I concur.
If I'm playing for the 1 turn. On
Yeah.
that note, I'm not too worried about positioning for other people because an Agi 4 Stunty is coming through regardless. That said, he might end up out of range. No, because he can sidestep sideways. So he needs to mark Hemlock with the kicker, I think. And then just leap next to the Crocs.
Seems fair enough.
Man, these games demonstrate the power of Eldril as well. Imagine you had Eldril on this team. Just running in and Hypno in one corner. Dancer probably doesn't even have to leap.
You just have to 9-man cage every turn.
You can see why everyone's picking him up when given the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Remember the game with Prison and Arian? Just the work Eldril did? That was spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
Just to break through lines, get cheeky surfs.
Or was it Ringtail that had him as well? Made the leap. The 1 dice not stripped. Does he re-roll this? This is huge.
You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so.
No, you don't re-roll this now.
He's rowdy though.
But he's got such a good 1 turn. He's got it and he's stripped it. Okay. He's consumed his last re-roll, but he has got the ball loose with it. Shame if that was his tackle mighty blow. Wow, that would have been good, wouldn't it?
It's all up to this scatter.
Oh, wow.
Baby. It is into the tackle, but it's not difficult.
It's a 2+3+2+2. No re-roll available, and then lob it downfield to win. To eliminate the 2-time champion. He's 3 dice rolls away.
He'll do it too.
Before you do it, you got to base every skink, I reckon.
Definitely.
Because don't forget, Ducke has to get that ball as well. And it could even, if he fails to pick up, he could scatter between the catcher and the tree. There's a lot of win conditions here. But he's got to go aggressive. He's marking the Crocs to prevent the Crocs 3 dice on the Dancer, presumably. Guess Tackleman's just sits where he is. Or marks the skink. Or yeah, maybe he comes in and marks the skink. I don't hate that. Wow, that might have been the riskiest reroll of his life going into overtime, but maybe Holba's plan is not to play overtime.
Oh man, it's the
If
scariest.
that one die was a skull, he gives up the drive and his rerolls. Here we go, 2+, 3+ to pick it up. Does he go for the pickup? Of course he does. He's made it. He's a 2+ away from breaking. He's made that 2. He makes another! Dodge! You just throw it. You just throw it, Fash, don't you? You throw that ball right now.
I guess so.
Lobbed it downfield! That will be the end of the game. The reigning champion, 2-time champion, Ducke is going to be eliminated in the round of 8 in another upset.
I'm shocked.
Fash, it's turned on its head. It is official, guys. Season 3 is going to have a new champion.
Vanity dodge. Yeah, look, this one was. Yeah, no. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's just add some dice rolls. Esports ready, boys.
I think we're gonna be sick.
He physically cannot reach. Ducke is eliminated.
Is there a cheeky chain?
I think there's going to be a cheeky salt foul.
He would need 2 pushes on the closest skink.
Kicker about to have a bad day.
Into then the 6+, presumably 2+.
So, Madman War Dance. You said at the start of this game, Fash, that the War Dancers were going to be trouble. Madman touchdown, no rerolls. Let's go. 3-1 to Holba.
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, look, it did say it was the one-way losers. Is those dancers just making the leap into a success every time? And that foul earlier on in the second half. Just on that second dancer.
Take it out one dancer is good, like very helpful, but you only need one. Wow, so our final 4 have been revealed, Mr. Fashbinder. Over on this side of the bracket, we have Holba and his Lunatics taking on Woohoo Boy and his Necros. Woohoo Boy does have a sure hands guy though, although it is a niggled ghoul and there is a Mighty Blow Tackle Dancer. No, the Mighty Blow Tackle Dancer's missed next game.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a stinker. Woohoo Boy's gotta be pleased with this game if he's been watching.
Oh, I think it'd be ecstatic. He'd probably be in bed though. It'd be is it 1 AM, 1:30 New Zealand time? He'll be in for a treat nevertheless. Wow. So I don't think anyone has won any points this season. Fash points. Officially safe.
You mean to tell me that
0 people
bet on the Woohoo Boy Ringtail final?
They did not. Unbelievable.
I mean, credit to Holba, he found the route in every time. The first steal and score was a bit outrageous with the perfect scatter, but that last one though, that Madman reroll, like again,
into the perfect scatter.
The failure state for that, yeah, the perfect scatter. I'm not sure I liked Ducke. He sidestepped away from the Crocs though.
I think it was to avoid being next to the capture.
Yeah, I guess he had more players on the right as well.
If he went to the right, no one was going to catch it. Going to the left to catch it, catching might be a bit shit.
Ducke needs a big beer or something now to get through. But no, like, you know, Ducke doesn't walk out of here in shame. He still walks out of this round as a 2-time champion and coming off the back of a 9-game winning streak in playoff matches.